True TV, or whatever I said earlier. TNT. We're live in the Bank Plus studio, the Out of Bounds Show, ESPN 105.9 The Zone. A Pete Golding, Trinidad Chambliss, Charlie Weiss Jr. led Ole Miss team. As Lane Train is, of course, he'll make it about himself tomorrow, as he will be tweeting. He'll be tweeting for his team,
no doubt,
or his ex team. You can bet your, you know what, you can bet your Diego Pavia's moneymaker.
Yep.
On that Lane will make tomorrow about him, and the game's probably going to be a snooze fest, so it may be about him. I mean, I guess it'll be interesting. There's going to be 60-something thousand Ole Miss fans, there should be, in the stadium, and excited. But also, how much are the commentators going to talk about Lane?
How much have they been told to talk about Lane? Who's their agent?
Well, it's a production team and
they have any
producer, that produces the show, or the game.
They don't have any kind of outside influence.
No.
Okay.
No, but I do think that they're taught to
talk about what's
play
hot.
the hits, like we are,
absolutely.
Which is why we're talking about Lane and Ole Miss, and Ole Miss hosting a college football playoff game right now. And Trinidad Chambliss, who's done a marvelous job at quarterback.
He won't be there, will he? No,
hell no.
Right? Like, no.
God. I mean,
there would be.
I'm sure there would be someone who would host. I mean, out of all the suite holders, there's somebody that would say, "Of course."
There'd be a
no,
line.
He's not going to be there.
There'd be more than a handful.
He's either going to be in Baton Rouge or in Boca Raton.
Did he not shoot over to Oxford over the weekend?
I have no idea.
Allegedly.
Oh, you're just making stuff up?
I don't know.
Or are you talking about him going back to his house?
Yeah, well, it was. I think they were going to celebrate a birthday. That's what the word is. Allegedly.
Where did you, let me guess, did you hear this like picking up a to-go order last night?
For some reason, I was on Twitter.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, you were on the Twitters.
Yeah, which has been a while.
Okay.
And I was perusing. And
yeah?
Sure enough. Maybe I was on your Twitter because that's why the algorithm and it came through. Boom.
Boom.
That makes sense.
There you go.
Yeah. There's probably no validity to it.
Usually there's not what you're throwing out.
Nah, shouldn't be.
Yeah.
I'm going to find out.
Is it a blowout tomorrow? I smell a blowout.
A blowout, so what? 14?
But you kind of think it may be a little closer than it was the first time.
Well, this is not the same Ole Miss team. Obviously. Not the same Ole Miss team.
But will they have a massive chip on? Now, first of all, will Tulane have a massive chip on their shoulder after Ole Miss embarrassed them? One. Two, will the Ole Miss football team have a massive chip on their shoulder because Lane left them like a jilted lover, according to this article that we have been, and I'm quoting an Ole Miss fan from Oxford in the article, but the article in the New York Times, The Athletic this week, which is a really good piece, what Lane Kiffin left behind in Oxford. The sound and fury of an Ole Miss fan base scorned. Now, tonight, that'll be dialed down a little bit because it'll be a party in town and on the square. But the players aren't going to be partying. They're going to be locked in on what Trinidad Chambliss and those dudes are going to be locked in on what they need to do to win in advance and go to New Orleans and play the Georgia Bulldogs in a quarter-final game on a neutral site in the Caesars Superdome. Ole Miss, a 17.5-point favorite, almost a 3-touchdown favorite, won by 35 in Oxford in September. And now, a couple months and change later, we get a rematch of Tulane at Ole Miss with Pete Golding as the head coach, Charlie Weiss Jr. calling plays as the offensive coordinator, Joe Judge working with the quarterbacks, and of course, they kept their special teams coordinator, and the list goes on and on. Tulane knows they're losing their coach, John Summerall, after this game, headed to Florida full-time for the Florida Gators in Gainesville. I think he'll be just fine down there and win, and they'll do really well. And so that's what we got, man. We got Summerall, like Pete Golding. Pete drew a good first game when you're a 3-touchdown favorite. To start your career 1-0 as a head coach.
Right.
Summerall, last game, Ole Miss out recruits you by like 60-something spots. Could be a problem tomorrow.
Yeah.
We'll see how that looks. Tonight's game could be fun. Tomorrow morning's game could be fun. And then we could get 2 snoozers in the G5 Power 4 matchups with Ole Miss and Tulane and Oregon and James Madison. Boom.
Who's the pressure technically on in that, like, the Tulane Ole Miss?
Ole Miss.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, just because they're so much better.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, yeah.
They won by 35.
What about
Nobody
Golding?
expects Tulane to compete.
No. So, I mean, Golding has a lot to lose here, right?
Oh, I mean, if this would be yes.
All
I mean,
right.
you can't. I don't see a path. But if for some reason this was close in the fourth quarter, some whats could get puckered up. Buttercup,
Like, to the extent of changes being made?
no.
Okay.
A guy named Slice Bread.
Stop!
Just
You're
saying.
so
Look, dude,
overboard.
I need to see that. I need to see the
Trying to find some
ironclad.
Whatever.
We have a saying around our place, we eat off the floor. And if you're willing to eat off the floor, you can be special.
What does Aaron? So what does Judge do? Like,
He works with the quarterbacks.
so I mean, he's chilling. He's an Ole Miss. He's staying.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't think he was offered to go to LSU, but he's staying at Ole Miss.
Okay.
I like Joe. I've said this before. I know Joe. He went to Mississippi State. He's a good coach.
Yeah.
He was good with Belichick. It didn't work at the Giants, but that's not all Judge.
No.
Look what the Giants have been for a while since Tom Coughlin and Ernie Accorsi and all those guys left. And so they just lost their way and whatever. But Judge is a brilliant football mind, and we'll see where he ends up.
Is he not G5 to coach?
Well, I think he needs to he may have to go coordinator first.
Really?
But I don't know.
I mean, looking at his resume, you figure he'd be able to.
His resume's good.
It's really nice.
I mean, special teams coordinator for Belichick, a couple of Super Bowls. It's good. I mean, the Giants thing is not, but
he still has the experience.
yeah, they just couldn't get going.
Ugly.
But he got paid a lot of money.
He did.
I don't know what it was, 30 million, maybe 40 million.
Plus, 30 plus, yeah.
Let's see. This is Mac. I'm streaming from Inlet Beach, but on the way to Oxford to see the Rebels play.
Yeah.
Negative on the ugly sweater. Oh, come on, man. In the car headed to work or headed to cross country grocery to get a biscuit and then work. Oh, I don't know where that is. Cross country grocery, Jackson? Got anything there?
Cross country. It's going. I mean, sounds like it's going to be somewhere in like Alabama.
Okay. We'll ask him. How about that? Chris says, I took off work today so I can go Christmas shopping for the old lady
Nice.
before I head out to Oxford for the game.
Cross.
Got you on 105.9 The Zone. Hottie toddy.
Look out.
Okay. Cool.
Cross
cool.
country is
Good
in
luck.
Brandon.
We went to the Wilkes needed a shirt, and we went to the Rogue Men's store yesterday.
Ooh.
And we had a blast. Luke and them have great looking jackets and pullovers and quarter zips. And they got all those red Ole Miss shirts and pullovers. They look good because they kind of got their Peter Millar section in the Rogue Men's
They
store.
got the little playoff thing on the side.
They may.
Yeah, I think so.
I think, yeah, but they've got some
That's sweet.
different. I'm assuming it's a red out. That's why all the red was in the Rogue Men's store. But Wilkes kept telling Luke how much he loved Peter Millar. He was like a kid in a candy store. But we did get him a shirt. I don't know. I give him 60 days to lose it, but hell, we'll give it a run.
No.
The Out of Bounds Show is brought to you by the Rogue Men's Store. Martin Dingman Shoes, hottest shoes in the country. Wolf and Shepherd Shoes. The LA Rams and Houston Texans staff have been wearing those shoes all year. And the Texans, the Rams played last night, so you saw them last night against the Seahawks, right?
Yeah, what a heater game.
And you saw McVay. Yeah, it was a good game. We watched it while
Really?
Wendy and the crew, we had someone over and so on. We're playing
Cool.
Mahjong.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. And I wasn't. I was just cooking and sipping on wine and watching the game. But you could see McVay and them with their Wolf and Shepherd shoes on. You You can find those at the Rogue Men's Store. And then tomorrow the Texans are playing, actually against the Ole Miss game. The Texans are playing, and they have the number 1 defense in the NFL. And that group will be wearing Wolf and Shepherd shoes. So you can find all of that at the Rogue Men's Store. Peter Millar and Jack Victor and Cowboy Country Club and all kinds of stuff at the Rogue Men's Store. Also want to let you know that lunch and dinner is brought to you by Taste Italian Kitchen in the Renaissance. Now, good luck getting in today, but maybe you can. You're going to need to go online, tasteitaliankitchen.com, tasteitaliankitchen.com to make reservations, open lunch and dinner, fabulous appetizers, their sandwiches. So I've told you this, they went up to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and New York and all these spots for weeks and weeks. And then I got to be a part of the sandwich trying team back in June, I guess, before they opened at the Taste in Starkville for the Taste down here. And that was a freaking blast because we tried 28 sandwiches, 14 one day and 14 the next. It was insanity.
Way too many.
But Taste Italian Kitchen to make reservations. You like Taste?
Love it. Heated up the wings I had the other day. I still had them in my fridge from the other day and put them in the air fryer yesterday. They were still hidden.
Are you a pasta guy?
Love pasta.
Good.
I'm Italian.
Me too. Oh, yeah, you're Italian. Say that name again.
DeLucas.
Have you made that up?
Nah.
DeLucas.
Yeah.
So
Right,
that's one of your family's names.
That's correct. The other one's Marchetti's.
You really are from the mob.
I mean, it's
Golly,
it runs
the
deep.
Marchettis and the DeLucas.
It runs deep.
Did they marry each other?
But they did not. No, they did not.
Oh,
Nah,
okay.
You got to keep them last names and prominent last names separate. Got to be able to extend the lifelines of those prominent last names.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay.
Can't intertwine.
Right.
Yeah.
What do you got?
We're from the southernmost part of the boot
Southernmost part of the boot.
Yep.
Of Louisiana?
of Italy.
Oh, of Italy.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, I like Italian wine.
I mean,
I'm down with it.
Don't they have some of the best?
Yeah.
Are they top notch?
Yeah. And it's clean wine. So that's good. We got to get you on some. Well, you don't even drink, but we got to get you on some clean wine.
Well, I would try a clean wine.
Actually,
to see
you're
what
on
the
enough
difference
stuff.
is.
Let's just
Right.
hold off. You can stay with your Coca-Cola that you get from Beagle Bagel in Madison.
Yeah, I need that.
Brad is on the Golden Moon Casino text line. Morning, y'all. The game is a stripe out, red and blue in different sections.
Oh.
Okay, got it.
That's way too much.
This is Mac says it's a stripe, red and navy. All right, cool. So that makes sense why the Rogue had all the red stuff. Ole Miss Peter Millar gear. There you go. What else do we have here? Made during the. How many times will Lane talk about what a great play call his offensive coordinator at LSU made during the game? I don't know, man. Are they going to have Lane on?
I was going to ask
I
you,
bet.
does he make
Are
an
they going to
appearance?
pipe him in?
He's going to make an appearance.
My God, that's going to make some. The
Are
Ole
you
Miss
kidding me?
fans that aren't in the stadium, it's going to make them
He's
want to puke.
Definitely
Of
going
course,
to make an appearance.
If they win by 30, do they care?
yeah.
I guess they do, but
Yeah,
they
care.
don't.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Depends on how convincing. Yeah. It'd have to be convincing.
We do have one listener on here that says that they will not miss a beat with Pete Golding.
Yeah.
I mean, with Lane, they were looking best case scenario 8-4 with the new schedule next year. Pete's ceiling is 6-6, 7-5. But anyway, John from Madison listening on 105.9 The Zone on my way into work. Ugly sweater in full effect. Last day of the year.
Lit.
Good for you, bro. Nice. I think he's claiming he may be wearing an ugly
I think that's
sweater
what I think
into work.
That's what it sounds like.
It may be Ugly Sweater Friday.
It could be.
Because it's National Ugly Sweater Day.
Sounds
Damn, we
about
should
right.
have known.
We do have an ugly sweater here. We have a Tito's.
Well, you have, and you should have brought the one that you wore last week that was awful.
Yeah, so the problem is it's not ugly. It just did, defeat the purpose of the day.
Looks like something you got out of the dumpster at. I'm trying to.
Leopard print.
I got to think that through. I don't want to bash anybody too early. You already said I was too hard on Piccadilly.
Yeah, that was out of line.
You think so?
Nah.
Okay. Have you been to Piccadilly in the last few years?
I actually told Mackenzie we're going on Christmas.
Oh, God. Do you want to do that to yourself?
Yeah, I'd love to.
Good hell.
I hadn't been in a while. I used to love it. That was one of the after church spots.
Connor Griffin's dad goes to IHOP.
On Christmas? That's right. Sure does. Big
Yep.
Kev.
I remember several years ago.
Right, he does.
We were debating whether there was still an IHOP open.
I remember that.
Okay, which
Yeah.
is miraculous in the first place.
Yeah.
Okay,
2 of them are open in the metro area.
So there's still one in Frontage Road and still one in Clinton?
Well, it's,
Or is there one in Clinton? Where is it?
The one that he was going to was out there on 18, which is South Jackson, Clinton.
That's where the first studio was when I started
That's right.
Sports Talk Radio in 2003. It was on the exit of 18, but you went towards Metro Center behind Mazzio's
Yeah.
instead of going the Raymond Hines
That's
way.
right.
Does that make sense?
That does.
Okay.
You were like diagonal from El Chico?
Yes.
Got you.
Yes. El Chico was still open
Was it?
when I started Sports Talk Radio.
I remember when it closed. I was young.
Um,
I was devastated. That was our after church spot.
El Chico?
Oh, yeah.
El Chico in their prime was in 1987 was good. Ain't no doubt.
Like good quality? Really?
Well, I can't attest to that because I was too young to think about what I think
Right.
about now.
Right.
And
But the experience was quality.
well, I thought it was as a kid.
I think everyone thought it was.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so El Chico was on the frontage road. And yeah, that's where it was.
Yeah.
Frontage road right there at around Northside Drive.
You got that one, that IHOP over there, then you got IHOP out in Flowwood.
No, I'm talking about where El Chico
Yeah, I
was
know,
on
yeah.
frontage road in Jackson.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
I think that.
and then you were big living. Sometimes you'd hit El Chico for lunch and Western Sizzling for dinner across the interstate where the
Boy,
Kroger,
good
around that
God.
Kroger LaFleur's area.
That's it.
Okay.
Man.
TK, I think I agree with you. Pasquale's better than El Chico. So Pasquale's in their heyday on Meadowbrook by Cinema 6 and by the Dutch Bar and by Primo's and Crystals was right there, right? I mean, that was like one of the most popular Crystals in the state. And then you had McRae. I mean, that place was big living. McRae's, Cinema 6, Primo's, Pasquale's, Dutch Bar, Crystals.
Dang.
And I think the first Churches was open across the street from Crystal or somewhere in the vicinity. I'm pretty sure.
In churches.
And this is before Fondren was booming. Okay? Because Fondren was like roaring, then it died, and then it boomed again.
Right.
Thank goodness. Oh, I got to get into somebody just reminded me. Yeah, Herbert Davis not going to Brandon. Let me switch gears into sports. Although El Chico and Pasquale's is a much more fun and interesting debate. But
Wow.
so I'd mentioned earlier in the week, it looked like Herbert Davis from MRA was trending towards Brandon. Evidently, they wanted to go in another direction. He's a top 5 coach. Big win for MRA if this all holds. And because he's arguably the best offensive coach in the state. I mean, when you look at what John White did, what Philip Short's done, what Stockett did, basically, if your son's a quarterback and you want him to throw touchdowns to 4 or 5 receivers every single Friday night, that's the offense that they run. I mean, they throw it around. They have I don't know how many receivers they've had catch 50 balls the last 12 seasons. I mean, who knows? But they throw it around. And they've had good teams. Actually, like their resume was arguably the best resume in the state this past year because they won 3 big non-comp or non-division, whatever you want to say, games against really good teams. Yep. But they stumbled in the playoffs to a J team that got red hot. And kudos to JA for winning it all because it's hard. But yeah.
So they win.
So Herbert Davis, looks like staying at MRA. That's a big get for MRA.
Huge.
Is Brandon going with Bramlett from Ocean Springs? There's some tie there. I don't know exactly what it is. Or are they going another direction? They made a mistake last year. They went with Pogue over Herbert.
Right.
Win for MRA. This year we'll see.
Wow.
Bramlett's done a good job down at Ocean Springs. He doesn't have the resume of Herbert, but that's okay. It doesn't mean that he can't. I mean, Brandon's always going to have 100 players out, bunch of athletes, huge school, 7A, monster community.
So is Ocean Springs.
They're but different.
Yeah,
I mean, yes,
yeah.
Ocean Springs is booming. Yes, it's a wonderful community. Yes, they're 7A, and they have all kinds of upside. Brandon's got a combination of affluent homes and people, and then tough as hell blue-collar people, and you mix that together, and a lot of times you can bring together a championship squad.
That's a good point.
Thank you, Steve.
Yeah,
Bramlett's dad is DA for Rankin and Madison County. Okay.
Oh, Bubba.
So look, I love living in the metro area. I love the neighborhood I live in, but it would be a lot to lift me from Ocean Springs.
Yeah.
But if your parents live here or whatever, you're still raising kids and you can be within 10 minutes of your family, that, as we all know, that's a big deal. So I see the tie now. Maybe that's what happened. I don't know. It may even be official.
Big dog, Bubba.
Here's a big Clinton high school guy who acknowledged Herbert Davis might be the best coach in the state. Yeah, I mean, he's been winning state championships since 1993. I mean, if your son plays quarterback, you want to play in a system like him. And look, that system has made a bunch of solid athletes at wide receiver. Look, not that they're not good kids, but solid plus athletes look really good. When you've got a system like that where dudes can catch 30 and 40 and 50 balls all over the field, and I don't mean like Davis Dalton. He was a phenomenal player, right? He's at Southern Miss. He's played football down there and so on. But I'm just talking about that system elevates solid dudes to put up big numbers because of Herbert and the quarterback of Phillip Short, John White, who's at Southern. We'll see where John White ends up because he could have started at a number of places this year around the country. And then Stockett was zipping it around, but I'm assuming Bramlett to Brandon, but maybe, I don't know. Who knows? Northwest Rankin Mike says, I would take Herbert any day. There you go. We are the Out of Bounds Show. We're driven by Total Transportation of Mississippi, offering nationwide and regional routes for you. All right, weekly pay, bonuses, full benefits, frequent home time. Powered by Total Transportation of Mississippi. Apply today. TotalMS.com. TotalMS.com.
WRKS Pickens Jackson.
All systems go.
Live from the Whiskey 61 Lounge inside the Bank Plus studio.
This is Out Warning.
Live in the studio. It's the Out of Bounds Show with Bo Bounds. Streaming live worldwide on the Out of Bounds radio app. And on your radio at ESPN 105.9.
All set? Let's go.
The Zone.
What?
Clown X.
Good morning. Welcome in to the Out of Bounds Show.
Show me the money!
ESPN 105.9 The Zone. Brought to you by The Steaks and Elijah Craig Bourbon at Kessler Prime and the Renaissance. Don't forget to try the rack of lamb. KesslerPrime.com to make a reservation. It's in the Renaissance. Yeah, I think I said that, but there you go. We're streaming live on the Out of Bounds radio app. Would love for you to download it. That way you can listen to the show wherever you are. The Out of Bounds radio app. Good morning, good morning. Welcome in. I'm your host, Bo Bounds. Straight Funk with me. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to you and your family. Hope you celebrate and have fun. And, well, tonight we have Bama at Oklahoma. Bama at Oklahoma tonight. And hopefully it'll be one hell of a game. It's 53 degrees in Norman, Oklahoma right now. And no, it says it's 38.
Ugh.
Holy Mary Olzab. What do we got here? Do we have any rain? I don't see any precipitation here. I'm rolling through this thing tonight. Actually, it looks pretty good. Is this right, or did they put me on here? I have to look at that. Okay. No, this is Oklahoma Memorial Stadium. Okay.
Right.
Weather looks good.
Wow.
I mean, tonight will be 53 degrees. No.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Real nice.
Oh, wind gust 32 miles per hour. Whoa. How is that going to affect John Mateer with Oklahoma and Ty Simpson with Alabama and the field goal kickers and the punters and possibly even the kickoffs? Dang. Oh, that could have a crazy, but the ball's in the air. Who knows? Will that reduce the shots downfield for the OCs? And what does that mean for field goals? And neither team can run the football. So are we looking at like hardcore, short, and intermediate passing games?
Slants.
Huh. Okay. So, hey, we want, you look at your field goal kicker in a college football playoff game with every single point, is big. And you're like, hey, man, I need you to line up on the left hash from 43 yards out. And, I mean, the wind gust is only 32 miles per hour.
That's it.
So good luck. And how will that dictate fourth downs when you're marching in? And will you say usually if it was pretty and calm, we're kicking, but instead it's 4-down territory till we're within like a chip shot field goal? Huh. Okay.
Put some boot behind that ball to get through that dust. That's mean.
And could it take a punt somewhere that it doesn't need to go, or could it help you a punt that once it gets up in the air, instead of going 38 yards, it goes 50, hits the ground, and rolls another 8 and totally flips the field for you?
Or
what kind of impact will it have on field position, special teams, shots downfield, whether or not the coaches want to kick the field goals? Hell, even a kickoff.
Yeah, I mean,
squib
it. Put squib.
Did you kick off?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Absolutely. Yeah, I could put him in the end zone, though.
Were you, let's talk about, were you an average soccer player?
I was, I mean, I wasn't real good, but I was pretty good. I was all right.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I could hang.
So you were average?
Yeah, I mean, I could hang. We definitely weren't bottom tier. No. Couldn't play high school ball, though. You had to play basketball or same season. So it's either basketball or soccer.
they play in January and February.
So we went,
Man,
we went where we could be warm.
that was the greatest news I ever heard was when Wilkes said, I'm good with playing soccer. I was like, here, sign this piece of paper.
Right.
Let's make sure we're good here.
Yeah.
We are the Out of Bounds Show, ESPN 105.9 The Zone. Shout out to all the fake soccer players every 4 years for the World Cup, too, that go to bars and grills. I love you, and I think that's awesome.
Oh, it's World Cup year, too.
Absolutely. Golden. It is?
In the States.
For qualifying. It's not like World Cup, or is it?
It's group stage World Cup, yeah. We got it's so
North
it's
America. Not every 4 years?
Yeah, this is the fourth.
Oh,
we hadn't had it in 4 years.
Okay.
North America's hosting this year. So you got Mexico City.
I've been there.
Ontario, maybe.
Haven't been there. Probably not going to make it.
I think it's
if I go, it's going to be solo.
Toronto. I know it's probably Toronto.
Or in the summer. That's the only way Wendy's going. Yeah.
I think you got World Cup.
Mexico City is wild. It's hard to wrap your brain around how many people are there. But so we've got these whatever in the hell you're talking about. I don't want to talk about it, honestly.
You got 11 cities that get to host.
Anywhere close to us. Nashville, Atlanta, Dallas?
Atlanta.
Houston?
Atlanta.
Okay.
Yeah. Houston, too.
All right. We'll do a road trip. We'll do a remote from the World Cup, whatever these are called, trials or something.
Group stage.
Group stage, excuse me.
The World Cup.
No, it's not. You're lying.
Okay.
Are we hosting the real World Cup?
North America? Yeah, North America is. Yeah.
Okay.
First time, I believe. Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Is our team going to make it, or did they already not make it 2 years ago?
That might be a good question. I need to look at the groups. The finale.
Are we hosting the World Cup without our team? I guess is a better way to put it.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
The grand finale is at MetLife.
MetLife. Is that in New York?
New York, New Jersey. Yeah.
Okay. I've driven by that stadium.
It's mad.
We flew out of an airport right by there once. And I just remember driving by it, but I haven't been. Where was I going with that?
Well, road tripping.
Soccer.
Oh, man. We were playing, just trying to figure out, why in the world you would pick soccer over basketball. It's easy.
Okay, got it.
Stay warm.
Twitter X at Bo Bounds. Michael Katz will join us at 8:30 from Oxford. Ole Miss insider Michael Katz, djournal.com, will join us on the Out of Bounds show. ESPN 105.9 The Zone. Tell me about Peter Patrick's.
Oh, man.
So it's a tire shop in Brandon.
That's right.
Family owned.
Let's go, yeah.
They hooked you up one morning when we were talking about how you'd gone through 4 flat tires in like 2 months.
Yeah, it was a lot.
Okay.
And I've been out there. I've been for, if they had a little punch card, I wish they did for every, they punch every tire you get. That'd be beautiful. We'd have qualified for about 10 of them by now, between, Mackenzie's driving and myself. But they've been hooking me up lately. And, I was over there the other day and they said, you need to tell Bo, come on over here.
Well, tell him I love him.
I'm going to go see him.
Is it Peter Patrick?
Yeah. You got Pete, Mr. Pete. And you got Dan Patrick. Not Dan Patrick, but Dan Patrick.
The Dan Patrick of Mississippi, but not the Dan Patrick on Sports Talk Radio.
Right.
Got it. Peter Patrick's Tire Store. I got that right?
Peter Patrick's.
And you needed some help.
Yeah.
And they hooked you up.
Big time.
It's okay.
Big time. They called back. They heard us talk about it. They called back. They said, come on out here. And they hooked us up, hooked me up with a nice
how many
set of shoes.
How many things have I hooked you up
with?
with?
Man, I told you it's a bunch.
Furniture, money,
sure. All day.
Tires, food, merch, clothes. What else?
TV service, maybe. I think at one point I might have been logged into the
I'm
YouTubes.
sure you were siphoning off my YouTube TV account.
Yeah, I need to get that login again.
Yeah, I bet you do. The Stella Artois Collar Line, great beer. Not just for Christmas time, but let's go ahead and enjoy a Stella this afternoon. Stella and wings at Martin's in Livingston, and a cup of gumbo.
Ooh.
Stella Artois Collar Line, 601-707-3750. Good morning. Welcome into the Out of Bounds Show, ESPN 105.9 The Zone. Show is brought to you by the Men's Clinic in Madison, Dr. Mike Manning and Dr. Cliff Adams. The Men's Clinic, low testosterone, low energy, lost your sex drive. They are going to help you, assist you through the aging process, powered by the Men's Clinic in Madison and the Men's Clinic in Brandon. Their website is themanthing.com. Themanthing.com. Dr. Mike Manning and Dr. Cliff Adams. We are the Out of Bounds Show. I'm your host, Bo Bounds. Jay Meadows with me. Good morning. Welcome in. We'll have Michael Katz from Oxford, Mississippi, Ole Miss Insider, djournal.com. He'll join us on the Farm Bureau Insurance guest line. We'll talk Ole Miss at 8:30. Michael Katz, they were partying last night. They'll party tonight, and they'll play tomorrow hosting Tulane first-round college football playoff. As you know, Ole Miss is a 17.5-point favorite, 3-touchdown favorite, and they beat Tulane 45-10 in September. And Pete Golding is now the head coach, which is weird. Pete Golding is the head coach for Ole Miss. And John Summerall is the head coach for a few more minutes for Tulane. And then Will Hall will take over for the Tulane Green Wave. And as you know, John Summerall will head down to Gainesville to be the full-time head coach for the Florida Gators. He's made some damn good hires on his staff. Arguably the two best defensive coaches combo in the country, with John Summerall as the head coach, but he's a defensive specialist, and he hired Brad White, who's a friend of his, who was the defensive coordinator at Kentucky, who will now be the DC at Florida. That's a hell of a tandem and duo right there. Pete Kwiatkowski was fired from Texas yesterday. Wow. And our man Dave Bartu went crazy. He has the three best defensive coordinators in the 2000s. Okay, last 26 years college football, or 25 years college football. He has the best defensive coordinators in college football is Kirby Smart, Brent Venables, and Pete Kwiatkowski. So I just want to kind of let you know, basically Sark's offense has been regressing the last 3 years, and you didn't even have to, follow the numbers and the metrics and so on to know that. I mean, we've talked about how they didn't look good last year with Quinn Ewers and Arch, and they didn't look good this year with Arch. And yet Sark didn't want to, take any accountability. And so he fired Pete Kwiatkowski and hired Will Muschamp. Now, nice. Let me also say this.
Dang.
Will grades out really well as a DC, not as a head coach. You already know that as what he did at Florida and South Carolina. Right. Okay. But Will can coach. And that
is it a lateral move?
Is what Will wasn't coaching.
Right.
So he had coached the last few years with Kirby. He had been a DC, he had been an in-house analyst, and I would have to believe that Texas is paying him $2.5 to $3 million a year.
I would assume so. Yeah.
And he decided to go back. He worked for Mac Brown years ago at Texas as the defensive coordinator. After kind of leaving the whoopee of Nick Saban after LSU and the Miami Dolphins. I think I got my sequence of the timeline right. But again, too many shows and too many years ago as I get older. But Will Muschamp is now the defensive coordinator for the Texas Longhorns, who are in the SEC, which is weird. And Will decided, hey, I want to give it another ride. I've already been at Georgia under Kirby. I've done that. And he's now going to be with Sark. And Pete Kwiatkowski is a top 3 defensive coordinator in the country. The question is, who will hire him? I mean, this guy is a madman at Washington. Huskies, by the way, Seattle College. And then with Texas, he has carried, kind of like Elko carried Jimbo, and we've had other guys do that. Kwiatkowski has carried Texas the last 3 years. I mean, he has. They have not been what they should be on the offensive side of the football. So this is what, Bartu was on a roll yesterday, but I need to find, he basically just torched Sark on Twitter. He also tweeted this, would love to see Utah coach Whittingham. Kyle Whittingham did an amazing job for Utah. He's been there since Urban Meyer left Utah to go to Florida. Okay? That's a long time, and he's retiring. But Bartu said, would love to see Kyle Whittingham get the Michigan job.
Yeah.
3 hires on the coach rating index of top 20 DCOC and special teams coach are all available too. Boom. Can you imagine if Whittingham got hired and hired Kwiatkowski at Michigan? That could put them right back in the, in the mix, so to speak, possibly.
Wow.
That's something to look at. Let's see. He talked about it and he was not happy about it. Bartu. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Coach Kwiatkowski, defensive coordinator at Texas, who just got fired, is a top 3 graded DC in college football. He had the Horns' best unit since he's been there and carried that program. For Kalen DeBoer, for Dan Lanning, for Marcus Freeman, for Lane Kiffin or Kirby Smart, this is a rare chance to pull a national championship level DC. That's Bartu's tweet. Then he quote tweeted himself and said, I will fade the Longhorns now. Yeah. Sark, always gonna Sark. So there you go. Top 3 defensive coordinator in college football, Pete Kwiatkowski, was fired from the Texas Longhorns, where he has been by far and away the best unit since he and Sark got there. Will Muschamp is now the defensive. Now, look, Texas is always going to have dudes and players. They get who they want in the portal. They get who they finish in the top 10 in high school recruiting. We all know that they have plenty of money and whatnot. But I do think it's something to keep an eye on. And now that he's a free agent, who will actually take advantage? Like, who's out at Southern Cal?
Right.
Lincoln Riley has struggled on that side of the ball. So can you imagine if Lincoln Riley were to call Pete Kwiatkowski and say, brother, I'm at Southern Cal. I'm playing in a slow league called the Big Ten, outside of Ohio State and sometimes Penn State and Michigan. And we can get dudes out here and people want to, hang out in L.A. and so on. And then you put Pete Kwiatkowski on that team. Hey, you could have all of a sudden Southern Cal could get real serious about football and end up in the Big Ten championship game against Ohio State at some point, right? Yeah. I'm trying to think in the SEC.
Oh, and they're about to lose their DC.
Oh, Kalen. Yeah. So Kane Womack is a more than solid DC, but far from elite.
Ooh.
And can you imagine if Kalen pulled the trigger and hired Pete Kwiatkowski at Alabama? You don't want that to happen, by the way, Mississippi State fans, since you just pulled Bama as one of your permanents.
USC's going to get them.
Who else?
Their DC's
Baker
about to head to
staying
Penn State.
Yeah. So,
dang.
But I would think he's going to be real picky.
Yeah, right.
But there's a lot of spots that are already filled.
Yeah.
Holy Mary Olzab, where does Pete Kwiatkowski go? Best 3 defensive coordinators in college football in the last 25 years. Kirby Smart, Brent Venables, Pete Kwiatkowski. Will Muschamp is now the defensive coordinator for the Texas Longhorns. We'll go to Oxford, Mississippi next. We'll welcome in Michael Katz. We'll talk Trinidad Chambliss, Pete Golding, Charlie Weiss Jr., Ole Miss hosting Tulane. 3-touchdown favorite, Vaught Hemingway tomorrow. Oh, wow. Good morning. We are the Out of Bounds Show, ESPN 105.9 The Zone. We're live in the Bank Plus studio. And the show is driven by Fowler GMC. If you're looking for a GMC Sierra truck or GMC Yukon or Yukon Denali, pre-owned or new, go to FowlerGMC.com or just go ahead and drive to the dealership this morning. Fowler, Fowler GMC, Pearl Brandon. GMC Sierra trucks, GMC Yukons. ESPN 105.9 The Zone, Bo Bounds, Straight Funk with me. We welcome in our friend Michael Katz, Southern Cal alum, Ole Miss insider, djournal.com. He has been covering Lane Kiffin for a long time, and now Lane, Ole Miss, Pete Golding, Trinidad Chambliss, as they host a college football playoff game tomorrow against Tulane rematch. They beat Tulane 45-10 earlier this year. Katz, do you have a Tito's Vodka Bloody Mary in your hand right now?
No, not yet, but I do have a fresh batch of coffee coming up. So,
okay.
Next best thing.
What has it been like covering a college football playoff team that is also hosting a home game?
Well, I think more than anything, it's been nice to actually just cover a football team for the first time in several months. As you know, we were covering a coach for a while and what he was going to do, and now that is over. It's just kind of nice, just to cover a team that is very, very good. So that's, again, this is 11-1, one of the best teams in the history of the program, first 11-win team, regular season team in program history. And, that wasn't necessarily the topic of conversation for a lot of the year for obvious reasons. And now that, the Lane is gone and Pete's in place, it's been nice to just kind of talk ball. But just in terms of this being a playoff team, I've been, if you had told me, if we were having this conversation a year ago, it would have made a lot of sense, right? Because that was the team that was supposed, quote unquote, supposed to be in the playoff. That was the team that, Brett had all the star power and ended up having the number 2 scoring defense, number 3 scoring offense, and just the first round picks and all the pieces. That was the team that, in on paper, in my head, I think a lot of people's heads, was supposed to be the one that broke through. When this season started, I mean, I thought 8-4, 9-3, 10-2 absolute best case scenario was what this team was, and they're 1 fourth down stop away from being, from having been undefeated in the regular season, with that Georgia game. So this team has just been fascinating to cover with all of the, not just the Lane storylines, but the team, all these new pieces, obviously Trinidad. And then, again, with hosting a playoff game here, I think that it was always going to be a big deal for Ole Miss to host a playoff game. Whenever you're doing the first of something, it's always going to mean a lot. But I think that particularly with the way the last month and a half or so has gone in terms of, losing your coach and everybody now rallying around the new guy, it just feels like the energy for this game is going to be absolutely insane. I think there's been a lot of pent up, not frustration, but like energy and just wanting to watch their football team again. Because again, not a lot of people have been talking about the football team. And I think that now that it's almost here again, I can feel it. It's going to be electric on Saturday.
Michael Katz, Ole Miss insider on the Out of Bounds Show, ESPN 105.9 The Zone. He joins us on the Farm Bureau Insurance guest line. How much do you think do you know if Lane's going to be on the broadcast tomorrow?
Boy.
And how much do you think he'll tweet tomorrow trying to make the game about him and trying to suck as much oxygen out of the room as he can, Katz?
I mean, if there was an over, I'm smashing that. If there were bets available on that, I will tell you yesterday, actually, he quote tweeted me my story about Pete Golding and talking about how great Pete was. And then I think he had to delete it. I'm not sure who told him to delete it, or maybe he realized it was in his best interest as the head coach of LSU to delete it. But, you know, he can't help himself sometimes, just in terms of wanting to be part of the story.
Hold on.
So
he quote tweeted you yesterday on a Pete Golding tweet by you, and then deleted it?
Yeah. Yeah.
That is freaking awesome.
Yeah, no, because I screen capped it. I was like, I don't know how long this is going to stay up, but and then I looked, and then it said nothing to see here, and I looked at his feed and it was gone. So I was like, well, you know, that was probably the right move. I don't think LSU fans really want to see him tweeting about how great Pete Golding is,
right?
And I don't think Ole Miss fans really want to see him tweeting about how great Pete Golding is. So, but I just thought that was very funny. But yeah, no, going back to, you know, trying to be part of the story, I would not be surprised. You know, that's sort of the gamesmanship there.
Right.
I know he was supposed to be on game day a couple of weeks ago, and that fell through.
I saw that.
I don't know if we're going to hear from him. I wouldn't be surprised, just because one, he's going to get eyeballs on him, and that's going to get people to watch if there weren't already people watching. But two, you know, I do genuinely think that he is probably still really upset about not being able to coach the team in the playoff. And
sure.
He probably still wants to be a little bit part of the story, so people don't forget that, like, hey, I was the coach who got them to 11-1.
Michael Katz has written some really good pieces here lately, and he did a deep dive into Pete Golding and his background and so on. I saw where one of your best quotes, djournal.com, best quotes was by Ron Roberts when Pete Golding was ready to take a demotion as defensive coordinator at Southeast Louisiana. Walk us through that, Katz.
Yeah. So this was when Ron Roberts had just gotten the Southeastern Louisiana head coaching job, and he wanted to bring Pete over. Pete had been his defensive coordinator at Delta State, and he wanted to bring him on as DC. And you know, Pete was, without even being paid, was out there already recruiting and doing all that stuff, and it was, you know, pretty understood that Pete was going to be the DC on staff. He had just helped lead Delta State, I believe, to the D2 title game that year. So, you know, he and Ron had done some really good stuff. And Dave Aranda, now obviously the Baylor head coach, I believe he had been at Hawaii, and he had been fired as defensive coordinator. He was just kind of part of the coaching change situation. And Dave Aranda had also been a defensive coordinator for Ron Roberts at Delta State previously. Right. And so, you know, he wanted to bring Dave Aranda back on staff in some capacity, and he told Pete, and he was basically like, hey, you know, what do you think if we brought, you know, Dave on? And Pete knew Dave. And he said, Coach, and I'm all for it. Like, what do you want him? What do you want him to do? What do you want me to do? And Ron was like, no, man, like you're still the DC. I just want him on as the linebackers coach. And Pete basically was like, Coach, is like, if you bring a Dave Aranda on, like, I will do whatever you need me to do, man. I just want to win. And Ron basically said that, like, that's the first time he's ever heard somebody being willing to take one for the team in that capacity, a defensive coordinator willing to take a step back because it would be best for the team. As he said, I believe the quote was, I don't think I've ever seen that one.
Wow. Okay. And what a group, man. Ron Roberts.
I mean, Delta State, man, what a crew they had.
Dude, we have talked about this for 20 years. I do not know what is in the water in Cleveland, Mississippi, but whether it's competing their athletes or people that go through there, you know, in football, baseball, women's hoops, swimming, and so on, they have won at an insane high level for a small little pretty Delta town. All right, so that's a great story. So Pete does that. All right, give us another quote or story of someone that you talked to that Pete Golding worked with at some point in the last 15 or 20 years, Cats?
There was a good one. His first full-time job after he was a GA was at Tusculum as the secondary coach. And the head coach there's name was Frankie DeBusk, and he was the coach at Tusculum for a really long time. And we were chatting, and he was like, "Man, Pete's going to kill me for telling you this story, but I don't care." I was like, "Okay, that's how you know it's going to be good."
Right.
So I guess Pete had just kind of gotten on staff, and he didn't really know a ton of people, and they were going on a golfing trip. And Pete's a really good golfer, like a really good golfer. And so he went on the trip, and Frankie, he's normally roommates with his brother on this trip, but he was like, Pete doesn't know anybody. I'll be roommates with him for the trip. Just make him feel comfortable. And they're having a good time. And they get there on a Thursday, and Sunday comes around. And, they're doing guy stuff. And so Sunday comes around, and Pete goes up to the coach and Frankie, and he goes, "Coach, have you seen my toothbrush?" And Frankie's like, "No, Pete, I haven't." And then he kind of took a moment. And he was like, "Pete, let me ask you a question. Are you just asking me about your toothbrush now on Sunday? Where's it been this entire time?" And Pete goes, "Oh, don't worry, Coach. I've been using my mouth to brush my teeth and some mouthwash." And Frankie just goes, "Boy, you are nasty."
Oh my. That is so good.
I was just like, what a football guy, man. And like everyone on the trip just loved him. They were like, "This guy's the best." And then he won the trip too, golfing. So it was the perfect encapsulation of Pete. Just everyone loves him. All about ball. Yeah. No,
so,
no.
Pete reminds me of a guy who goes to the hunting camp for 4 days and he doesn't pack anything, just with what he's wearing. Okay.
That checks out.
Okay. So, 6 cans of dip and, several cases of beer, and that dude's ready to go. I mean, so did you talk? We're visiting with Michael Katz. He's been on a roll as far as, covering Ole Miss football, but more importantly, the storytelling piece of what all has happened the last few weeks. And now that Pete Golding is the head football coach for Ole Miss. djournal.com. Katz joins us on the Out of Bounds show, driven by your next GMC Sierra truck at Fowler GMC, Pearl Brandon. Did you talk to anybody like a golfing buddy or somebody that had played golf with him at some point?
No, I really wanted to. I feel like people would have probably some pretty good Pete Golding golf stories, because I imagine that he is a hoot on the course.
I would love to hang out with Golding for 3 hours while he held court on a golf course.
God. It would be absolutely electric.
Because so you've been around him for several years now. Where I really kind of connected with him was this summer. He was at the Delta State Golf Tournament or Invitational, Cats. And this group, these two guys, I don't know who they are. They had like a 23-minute interview with him, and it was unbelievable. Pete talking ball, Pete talking Lane's model, NIL, and all this stuff. But you could just tell Pete could talk to a street lamp for an hour and a half. Do you get that? Is that your takeaway from covering Pete the last few years?
Oh, 100%. And one of the quotes I got was that he can talk to the richest of the rich. He can talk to the poorest of the poor.
Yeah.
Like he can talk to a doctor. You can talk to a lawyer. He will find something to relate with. Another interesting thing I thought, and this kind of reminded me of him talking ball, was he has a way of making the complicated things simple.
Good for him.
And I think that goes with ball. That goes with just relationships. You hear him talk about football, which, listen, defense is complicated. He has a way of making it digestible for, not in the weeds football types, right? And he just has this way of breaking things down and connecting, that you can't help but want to keep listening to. Every press conference we've had with him, there's only been a couple, but they've all been at least 20 minutes, and he would have gone 40.
Sure.
It's just, he time constraints, but He's great with people. He loves talking ball. He genuinely loves talking to people, and I think that comes across. And listen, there's a reason he's an elite recruiter. He can connect with anybody. He walks in a room with parents, and he's going to win that room over. He's going to win over the siblings. He's going to win over the kid. He's going to win over the parents. And I think that translates to all parts of the job. So, yeah, I mean, this is my 5th year covering Ole Miss, and you get used to a certain way that press conferences are going to be, right? And then you get something new, and it's really just sort of like, it's mind-boggling and jarring how different people do this thing.
Yeah, that my takeaway. It was an unbelievable interview. Obviously, you don't get a lot of Lane's assistants because he has the Saban rule, and he was great. He is a conversationalist. It's easy, and you're right. He connectivity factor, and all of that. And Katz, I think you'll agree with this. While they're both really good football coaches, he's polar opposite of Lane, right? I mean, just everything about him is totally different than Lane Kiffin.
Yeah, I mean, I think that, listen, they're both extremely intelligent on their respective sides of the ball, and they are elite play callers at what they do. They are great coaches. But I think that, Pete said it in his first press conference, like he's all about ball. Like, he's not about the bells and whistles. Like, he's not, he even said, he's like, I'm not going to do yoga. I'm not going to be playing pickleball. I'm not changing who I am. I'm not changing how I dress. I am here to win games. Obviously Lane won a lot of games here, but there were some distractions, we'll call them, from time to time with Lane and some gamesmanship. And it just wasn't always about the football team, right?
Right. It's about Lane.
Again, it's hard to argue the results.
No.
They won a lot of games.
Absolutely.
But it's, in comparison to Pete is very much like, he doesn't want to be the story. And he has said, like, he canceled his intro press conference because he was like, I want the focus to finally be on the players. Like, this ain't about me. Like, you can talk to me later. Like, this is finally about the players. We want them to get the attention they deserve. And that is quite the drastic jump from where we were.
Right.
So,
right.
I think that he is just, he's all ball. He's all business. I think he just genuinely, he just wants to coach. And I don't think he really cares about the other stuff that comes with being the head coach of an SEC team. I think that stuff is nice, obviously.
Right.
But I don't think he's going to be wearing Lululemon this week, just because he got a pay raise.
Right.
I think he is who he is. He's going to remain. Pete's going to be Pete through and through, and I think that's going to be refreshing for a lot of people.
Man, Pete Golding's making $6.8 million a year now. I mean, it was just a few years ago. He was, just a solid.
His first job, he made $27,000.
The Tukulum or whatever you just said earlier.
Tusculum, yep, as the secondary coach. Yep.
Okay, 27,000, and then
that was only what, 2007? That wasn't that long ago.
Dang.
I mean, it's his rise again. He's 41. I mean, it's crazy how obviously his journey's been a little different because he's gone through some of the lower ranks.
Yeah,
where a lot of guys haven't had to go.
Right.
But his rise up has been just remarkable.
That's insane. Michael Katz, Ole Miss insider, Southern Cal grad, djournal.com on the Out of Bounds show, brought to you by a Tito's Vodka Bloody Mary tomorrow morning as you get ready for game day. We got 3 college football playoff games, and obviously Ole Miss is one of them as they will host Tulane. They won by 35 earlier in the year, Katz. You were there. You covered it.
They did, yes.
And do you expect an absolute blowout and domination tomorrow?
It's hard for me to project 35 again. I mean, a lot of things went right for Ole Miss that day, and a lot of things went very much wrong for Tulane. I think they completed Jake Retzlaff didn't complete his first pass until the end of the first half. Like, I mean, it was just, It was a disaster. Yeah, it was a disaster. And they got turned away on a lot of fourth downs, and that swung momentum. That being said, personnel-wise, Ole Miss is better. There's no way around that. We saw that the first time. I don't think anything about that is going to change. I think Tulane is really, really good. Don't get me wrong. But I do think that they've struggled against the pass. They are 122nd nationally in passing yards per game allowed, which is kind of stunning given John Summerall and how great his defenses are. They have been very bad against the pass. They pick off a lot of passes. I think they have 15 interceptions. But they have given up a lot of passing yards. I think it's 5 or 6 300-yard passers they've had this year. One of them being Trinidad in his second career start. So I just don't see them having answers in that regard. I think that they will probably have – I don't think there's any way they have worse success offensively than they did that day. It wasn't – they had 3 points until the very end, until they scored a late touchdown, I believe, sometime in the fourth quarter. So, that was just it was one of the worst offensive performances, particularly passing, I've ever seen. I expect that to be better. It is hard to – I know that beating the same team twice in a season is hard, all that stuff, but I think that I expect a better Tulane team, but I don't think there's any. And listen, this could be like the coldest take ever, and I get old takes exposed, whatever. But I don't think that there's a 35-point difference in the teams from when we last saw them 3 months ago to now. Like, I just don't see the gap having been made up personnel wise. They'll play better. Don't get me wrong. They won 11 games for a reason. They're extremely good. But I think Ole Miss is just significantly better. And
I agree.
It's a 35-point blowout. I'm never going to predict that, but I think that the personnel tells you a lot. And the teams that I saw 3 months ago, they could have played 100 times, and I don't know how many Tulane would have won.
Right.
And it just, could it be a 10-point game? Could it be a whatever? Yeah, for sure. But this feels like one where Ole Miss, I don't think, is going to have to sweat it.
Cool. All right. Appreciate you. Have fun today. I mean, I know you're going to be working, djournal.com and Twitter and all that. So what's like, what do you do today? What's your first kind of work thing today?
Well, my parents are actually in town. I picked them up
yeah.
from the airport last night. Yeah, they're going to their first Ole Miss game. They picked a good one to go to.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna I think kind of be chaperoning a little bit today. While I'm not working. So yeah, just get some parent time.
Shout out to the Cats who are in Oxford, Mississippi. And
I'm not even kidding you. Last night, my mom texted me. She goes, "We just met some wonderful people at the hotel. They know who you are, and they bought us drinks." And I was like, "They know?"
I love it.
She goes, "Yeah." She goes, "Their sons all follow you on Twitter." And
love
I just
it.
said, "Oh no,
Cats,
oh, no."
Be good, my man. Thank you, buddy.
All right, buddy. Talk to you later.
Michael Katz on the Out of Bounds show. If you missed any of that, it'll be on Spotify. Search Out of Bounds with Bo Bounds.
WRKS Pickens Jackson.
All systems go.
Live from the Whiskey 61 Lounge inside the Bank Plus studio.
This is Out of Warning.
Live in the studio.
It's the Out of Bounds Show with Bo Bounds. Streaming live worldwide on the Out of Bounds radio app. And on your radio at ESPN 105.9.
All set? Let's go.
The Zone.
Woo! All right, good morning. Welcome into the Out of Bounds Show.
Show me the money.
ESPN 105.9 The Zone. ESPN 105.9 The Zone. Brought to you by Matt Anderson with Southeastern Land Group. And so if you're looking for some land or a hunting camp or a beautiful piece of property with a lake on it, you want to call Matt Anderson with Southeastern Land Group. And we're excited to have him on the show. It's awesome to have your own piece of land, hunting camp, farm. And call Matt Anderson today, 601-408-5155. Matt Anderson, Southeastern Land Group. Matt Anderson, Southeastern Land Group. If you're in the market for an awesome piece of property where you want to just chill out, get on the tractor and do whatever you do, or fish, hunt, make those trails, and then make great memories with your family. Matt Anderson, Southeastern Land Group. Call him today, 601-408-5155. I've known Matt for a long time. Super guy. And he'll take care of you if you're looking for that next family spot or hunting camp or lake house. Matt Anderson, Southeastern Land Group. You're listening to ESPN 105.9 The Zone. And then don't forget about this. Southern Ag Credit, financing life outside the city limits. SouthernAgCredit.com. Ken Hobart in the team. SouthernAgCredit.com. Right there in Ridgeland. They have other offices around the state of Mississippi. Southern Ag Credit, financing life outside the city limits. We're streaming live on the Out of Bounds radio app. You know you can catch us on YouTube. Search Out of Bounds Sports. YouTube, search Out of Bounds Sports. Michael Katz was awesome talking about Pete Gold. You know, he called a bunch of people who have known Pete Golding for a long time from Delta State and Southeast Louisiana and UT San Antonio and Alabama stops. Defensive coordinator the last couple of years at Ole Miss, now the head football coach at Ole Miss once Lane left. And boom. So do we have let's switch gears on some audio this morning. The Golden Moon Casino text line is 601-885-3776. Twitter X at Bo Bounds. And the Key City, Mississippi Queen, great beer out of Vicksburg. Key City, Mississippi Queen, Burgers, Blues, Barbecue, Dogwood, Flowwood has it. Key City, Mississippi Queen, caller line 601-707-3750. So I got to drop this. So Novak Djokovic is one of the greatest tennis players of all time, Federer, Nadal, among many others, right? And we talk about kind of how people make it, what they have to go, like Pete Golding, his story, and how so many of these athletes come from maybe a challenging environment or rural area or somewhere where this and this and this has to happen for you to get where you want to go. And Novak Djokovic was talking about how he made it in tennis and how things played out. This is unbelievable.
I chose the most difficult sport for my parents in most difficult time. Oftentimes I wouldn't travel because we didn't have money. So my father had to go and beg, and then he was also borrowing money from criminals at the time during 90s. It's a funny story right now, but at the time it wasn't funny. First time I was going to go to United States to play, I was 15 years old. I was going to play big junior events here like Prince Cup and Orange Bowl. They're the biggest ones under 16 and under 18. I was going with my father hopefully to get the sponsorship or get recruited by one of the big agencies, IMGs or whatever. So he went for us for money because we didn't have. So he went to us for $5,000. And these criminal people that you could borrow money from because banks obviously would not give it to you. He asked him, are you in rush? And he's like, listen, I'm asking this money from you because of my son. He's playing tennis. We're going in America. I'll return this money within 3 months. He says interest rate was 15%, but because you are in rush, it's 25. So my father was like, okay, I'll take it because I have no other options. And I can only imagine the stress that he was going through and trying to turn this money where people were really car chasing him, shootings in our capital town, stuff that my father went through to really not only survive himself, but to actually allow all of us to live and protect us and to allow me to live my dream and to play the most expensive sport at the time for my country is something that I'm eternally indebted. There's no money or there's nothing that can return the favor.
Wow. That was Novak Djokovic, 24 men's Grand Slam titles. And his dad borrowed $5,000 from criminals with 25% interest, hoping to be able to pay it back as Novak wanted to go over and get into the tennis circuit here at a young age. He's from Serbia.
Yeah.
And at the time, it was a socialist republic of Serbia. Now the independent republic of Serbia. Novak Djokovic is net worth is estimated at $240 million. Again, 24 men's singles Grand Slams, and his dad did what he had to do and borrowed $5,000 in the 90s from criminals, 25% interest, and said, I'll pay you back in 3 months. And, you know, in countries like that, if you don't pay it back, you just end up in the river.
Yeah, it's over.
I mean, it's just that. Yeah. It's that simple. Yeah. I mean, you just don't come home. Isn't that amazing? That is, when I saw that and I listened to it on Twitter, I thought, that's powerful, man. Oh, yeah. That'll give you goosebumps. Like, everybody listening believes that they have overcome something.
Right.
His dad borrowed money from criminals to go to the United States to play some tennis, some youth tennis, and hopefully get noticed by somebody. I mean, you're getting on a plane, you're going, hey, I hope we get something,
right?
Some kind of cookie crumb. And when we were all watching Nadal and Federer, we were like, oh man, I mean, this is, right. And then all of a sudden Novak comes. I mean, there was some overlap, but boom, right behind him, and holy smokes. I mean, we saw the greatest tennis in the history of tennis last 20 years.
Right.
And there's been great players, men and women, for decades.
It's got one problem.
But damn nations.
Said,
what?
I do have one problem with what he said, man. You know, the criminals, he's making all the loan sharks out to be criminals.
Ah.
Some of them are all right.
Okay.
Loan sharks serve a necessary.
Do they?
Yeah, I mean,
what is that?
To keep people rolling.
No shit?
Necessary.
Oh. Necessary. All right. We're live in the Bank Plus studio, ESPN 105.9 The Zone. Jack Bourgeois is here.
Nice.
With Key City Brewery. So we're going to hang out and talk about the holidays and some Christmas spirit. We are live in the Bank Plus studio, the Golden Moon Casino. Text line is 601-885-3776. Twitter X at Bo Bounds. And the Key City Mississippi Queen caller line is 601-707-3750. Oh, man. Good morning. Welcome into the Out of Bounds Show, ESPN 105.9 The Zone.
You gonna show me the money.
Dang.
You gonna show me the money.
All right, I like that. ESPN 105.9 The Zone. You can watch the show on YouTube, search Out of Bounds Sports. And Bo Bounds, Jackson Meadows, now joined by special guest Jack Bourgeois, who is the head of sales for Key City Brewery out of Vicksburg, Mississippi. And Key City also has a beautiful bar and restaurant in Vicksburg on Washington Street.
Right on Washington and Clay.
And they have a rooftop bar, but downstairs they have a beautiful bar and place you can eat, an outdoor, well, kind of a, how do you describe where I broadcast?
Enclosed patio is the way I describe it.
It's very fancy.
We've got 3 different garage door, like glass garage doors that come up. And so, you get, on the good days, we open those up, but it's a little cold right now.
Man, how you doing, bud?
I'm good. Couldn't be better. Glad to be here.
Cheers.
Cheers, man. Thank you.
I'm
We're starting off with a negotiator?
Yes.
All right. Doppelbock.
So Key City Negotiator.
Negotiator.
Okay.
Key City Negotiator. Malty, a little sweet.
This is my first sip of it. Okay, this is a good morning beer. It's a good this time of year beer.
I feel like you say every beer is a good morning beer.
Well, I believe in Jackson and I have debated doing a podcast called Morning Beers.
Yeah.
You would have to join us.
You'd
some.
have to have me on.
Yeah.
I mean,
I just think that morning beers are great. I mean,
I'm not complaining.
Okay.
I'm not disagreeing with you one bit.
I mean,
they got to be earned sometimes.
That's right.
They got to be earned.
Well, you and I, you get after it, and you've done a great job with Key City and building the brand, and I think we do pretty well. So, cheers to that. So, tell me,
cheers to that.
This is a delicious beer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got the sweet on the back end. So
it's one of my to me it's one of my favorites. It's a top 5 beer for me every year. As soon as we get into this these winter months, you still want a lager. We just rolled out a pro. We rolling out of pro season.
Yeah.
With the Martzen, and so I think this was kind of a nice easy transition into keeping it German style beer, lager, malty.
German style beer, lager, malty. Yes, that's all of it.
Yeah.
This would go well with some jalapeno cheese grits and a deer sausage omelet.
Oh,
how about that,
deer
Jack
Sausage
Bourgeois?
For sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'll have some coming for you guys next trip.
Yeah. So Bourgeois just killed a deer within the last week or two?
Tuesday. I processed them last night, so I was up till I watched the Thursday night football game. And finished the butcher and process last night about 11 o'clock.
Dang, you really are like a combination of Grizzly Adams and Davy Crockett.
You can't put me in a box. I got my slip-on Vans and then my cowboy boots right next to them.
Yeah,
I just don't fit a mold. I'm kind of a weird one.
You're a Renaissance man to a certain extent. Jack Bourgeois, Key City Beer. Find it for the holidays all over grocery stores, Fleetway Market. Too many bars and restaurants to mention, but all of the ones that are partnered with us have Key City Beer. This is delicious.
It's not bad, right? Had to bring you that one.
Oh man,
we've made some really good beers lately. Just wait till you try this next barrel aged stout.
Oh man, if you cut up some deer sausage today, and you had some jalapeno cheese from Mississippi State, and you got your little tray going, and then you poured this German lager from Key City. Did I say that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's Doppelbock.
Say it again.
Doppelbock.
Yeah. How about that, Jay Meadows? You like that?
You got a Maybach, which is the light
right there.
And then Doppelbock. I think I've brought that Daydreams and Nightmares.
Yeah.
Strong pale lager.
Okay.
So you have light and dark. But yeah, very malty. It's perfect winter lager.
That's the name of it. Daydreams and Nightmares.
It's like evil twin or the opposite. So you have a Maybach as the light, and then the Doppelbock is going to be on the darker side for lager.
Doppelganger.
Yeah. One pale, one amber.
Nice.
Who would be Jack Bourgeois' doppelganger?
Ooh.
He does look like a Hollywood actor.
Yeah, best way to do this.
He's got a little Kiefer Sutherland in him.
You just ask chat.
Oh, we will ask Chad.
Chad will bring it right up.
Okay.
It's crazy.
We'll do that during the break because
Yeah,
he's going to join us for the next segment too. Jeremy B says, I'll probably be at Key City tonight in Vicksburg to celebrate the last day of school and work. That pumpkin machine and some fries are calling my name.
Both good ones.
Okay.
Our fries are hard to beat. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. If you like French fries, I don't know what Blake does. I think he blanched them twice, fries them twice, something like that. I don't know. It's so good. Yeah, I can sit there and eat baskets of those fries.
Man,
and a pumpkin machine hits right now.
Jack Bourgeois, Key City Brewery out of Vicksburg. You can find it at service stations and grocery stores and bars and restaurants, local, Mississippi. And their number one selling beer is Key City Mississippi Queen.
Mississippi Queen, Death on Two Legs. It depends. Death on Two Legs right now is our number one seller in package product. Dang. It's a little easier to drink a 9.5% double IPA on your couch in comparison to drinking 2 or 3 of them at a bar.
Yeah.
We can have quite a few queens at a bar and still be capable of getting home safely.
Right.
But with those double IPAs, especially the true traditional style IPA, I love a good hazy, but some of those hazies in the market, they just kind of give you that bloated, heavy craft beer feeling. 2 of those and you're kind of done for the night.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
You can drink the whole 6-pack and then stand up and not realize what you just did to yourself. But it's a lesson we've all learned.
Death on Two Legs and Mississippi Queen from Key City Beer. They've also got Mi Vida, which is delicious beer, which is now year-round.
Year-round?
Mississippi and Curse. Did I get the mainstays right? Then y'all add in all the specialties?
Forgot Moonchild. How can you forget Moonchild?
Yeah,
It's one of your favorite beers.
I love Moonchild. It's a great. Let me do this again. It's a phenomenal breakfast beer. I know. Breakfast casserole.
Nice.
This time of year, more and more people make. So Wendy or my mom will make breakfast casserole, and now Wendy makes it with grits, and so it's got all kinds of good stuff in it. That's about 11 a.m. tomorrow, right as Miami and Texas A&M are coming on.
Yeah.
You pour a Moonchild from Key City, and you just get you a little square out of the pan of some breakfast sausage casserole. You're in heaven.
Definitely.
Is that fair?
Yeah.
I got to bring booze. We got to bring booze. So we'll reciprocate.
Yep.
He can bring us some deer sausage. I'll get Wendy to make her breakfast casserole, and we'll send Bourgeois home with some food.
We'll see.
I've never turned down any food you've given me so far.
We'll see if that casserole gets out of the studio.
Yeah, I brought some for you.
It's good.
Yeah,
it's real good.
I had the breakfast balls last time. Those were good.
The sausage balls.
Oh,
sausage balls.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Wendy brought those did those for Jackson.
She's clutch.
I don't know why, but she did. So, all right, we'll talk football on the other side.
Sounds good to me.
Is your fantasy football team still alive?
I am.
Okay, hold. We'll talk about that's a tease. That's a tease from Jack Bourgeois. Key City Beer out of Vicksburg. Grab some. You're going to have holiday celebrations. Ole Miss playing tomorrow. Tonight, you got Bama at Oklahoma. Tomorrow, you got 3 college football playoff games and 2 NFL games, plus a ton of college basketball. I mean, this is it. Jack Bourgeois in studio, Key City Beer.
You gonna show me the money.
Good morning. Welcome into the Out of Bounds Show, ESPN 105.9 The Zone. Get you a Key City beer from Martin's in Livingston today and enjoy their Blue Plate or any of their po' boys. And, I highly recommend a little gumbo to start off or some wings. They got the pork rind nachos.
Fire.
The Weeks band is playing at Martin's downtown tomorrow night, so you'll want to go to that too. But Martin's in Livingston has several Key City beers on tap, and they have a beautiful bar, and you can enjoy one of those with lunch or later today with some good food from Martin's in Livingston. We got Jack Bourgeois in the house. How's Zach doing?
He's doing good. Staying busy.
Good.
Yeah. Expanding coffee.
He's always
operation.
working. Man.
Always working. Yeah, bouncing between coffee operations, getting our new front of house managers dialed in.
Yeah.
Victoria Fortenberry from Fond Republic is taking over. Shout out to Vic. She's running.
Yeah.
She's running the operations for us at Key City and doing an amazing job. So Zach's been juggling a lot of chainsaws lately, but he's doing good.
Good. Well, shout out to Zach and shout out to Victoria.
Yeah.
With Key City beer. Again, bar and restaurant, kind of pub, bar, restaurant, rooftop bar in Vicksburg,
Venue.
Washington Street. Yeah, venue.
A little bit of everything.
How did you describe the outside area that I...
Enclosed patio. Yeah.
You've got to remember that, Jay Meadows. Enclosed patio.
Get a little sticky note for
with rolling garage doors, right?
Yeah.
3 of them.
Yep.
I have broadcast from Key City beer twice, and we'll do it again in 2026. And we've had a blast both times. And Bourgeois was kind enough to bring us some beer today because morning beers are perfect with football weekend and winter and so on. All right, Jack Bourgeois, what did I put? It's what is this called?
This is Death on Fresh Legs.
Death on Fresh Legs.
I'm probably upsetting a few people. We're not supposed to have this out anymore. It sold out in the restaurant instantly. But I had a few 6-packs and a few 4-packs left over of all of our Fresh Hop IPAs that we did. So I wanted to bring those over. I know Jackson Meadows over here is a big Death on Two Legs fan. So you have to have some Death on Fresh Legs. So yeah, we did a Fresh Hop IPA series about a month back.
So the first thing that I get from this is serious citrus flavors. Mm-hmm. Is that fair? Is that right?
Yeah. Citrus, grapefruit.
Grapefruit. That's it. Okay, got it.
Like stone fruit.
Yeah.
But yeah, for me on the nose, it is marmalade and it is fresh lemon peel.
Marmalade. What a word.
Love it.
And fresh lemon peel.
Yeah.
This is great. Okay.
And so if you're a Death on Two Legs fan, again, I'm sorry. I'm kind of torturing our audience here.
I like it when you torture our audience.
If you're a Death on Two Legs fan, it is Death on Two Legs turned up to a 10.
Oh, man.
We will continuously do every year. We will bring this back and do a Fresh Hop IPA series. It has become infamous now. Again, we sold out, and all of our regulars are pretty upset with us. So the fact that I'm drinking this with you right now is I'm gonna get chewed out.
No, you're not.
That's on them.
That's on them. By the way, Jack Bourgeois, and we want to open him up for criticism too. He's a Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan in a New Orleans Saints market. Now, so is my son. And let me set this up. Wilkes is a Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan. Pre-break, you have to say this. There's a delineation or whatever I'm trying to say. He was a pre-Brady Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan, as were you, right?
Yeah, I was pre-uniform change.
Nice.
wow.
I started liking the Bucks a year before they changed the uniform. I
Me too.
think I was 6 years old, and then yeah, once they changed the uniforms, I was
Basically, he's
100%
got clout.
Go watch the Amazon Prime documentary that they just released on the Bucks. The 50
Is it
year.
good?
Oh, it is so good. It goes from Leroy Selman all the way through.
Oh, that's tight.
Yeah, it is amazing.
Leroy Selman.
Yeah,
Right.
it literally goes from the Bo Jackson debacle all the way through Brady. It talks about how rough it was with Jameis. I mean, and they interview Jameis, and it's great. It is. I've been staying up way too late this week watching it.
James.
Leroy Selman, Zach Selman's uncle.
That's right.
The Oklahoma athletic director job is still open. We'll see what happens there.
Call me.
Yeah, call me.
I am here.
That's right.
Kidding.
Call me.
Just send him a
Sorry,
resume,
Texas.
man.
Dude,
Text
as
that.
successful as you've been in sales, I can promise you can
Give
do
it a whirl.
the athletic director's job.
I would
at
love to
Oklahoma.
get back into football one day. Probably be on more on the coaching side of things, but
Okay.
yeah, I definitely will get back into football one day.
For our
I got
listener,
the itch.
you were in the sports analytics.
Yeah, scouting and analytics, and then kind of became the face and got forced into the media side of things.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, because you've got that kind of outgoing personality.
Yeah.
a little bit.
Yeah,
Bit.
little
I was
bit.
good on the mic, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I did some of this stuff with ESPN Radio in Tampa, and yeah, it was a lot of fun. I miss it dearly, but I didn't get to drink beer while watching football,
See, yeah.
and so that was a really hard thing for me. So
We do.
I get to enjoy it more. I get to barbecue on Sundays, relax,
Yeah.
enjoy it,
Amen.
and drink Key City beer.
All right, Jack Bourgeois, Key City Beer. How long did you live in Tampa Bay? I mean Tampa.
No, I was.
Oh, you were
doing-
out
Yeah, I was remote.
West Coast.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was West Coast, Utah, and then still doing that when I moved here. With the intent of I moved out
Got
here
it.
because it was SEC territory. Could go to more games in a day's drive than anywhere else.
Is
in
that
the country.
that's really that's for real?
Yeah.
That's
That and hunting. That
that-
and hunting.
okay.
Hunting was the little caveat to that.
Isn't
but
that
yeah.
cool?
Well, and you may have told us before, but how did the Tampa tie start?
Oh yeah, what made you become a Tampa Bay?
Half my family. So most of my family is from Texas.
Okay.
Families from Texas and California, and both of them are split, either Niners fans or Cowboys fans. So like baby blanket was a Niners blanket.
Uh-huh.
Very first like starter jacket was a Cowboys jacket.
I know
and
what
I
starter
like
jacket.
talking trash. I won't say the other word.
Right.
I like talking trash, so I wanted to be able to do that to both sides of the family, and so I just
Right.
picked my own team.
I
like
And
gotcha.
I made sure to pick a team that needed fans.
Yeah.
I think was the idea behind
Fair
it.
enough.
My brother said, if you're gonna pick a team, at least pick one that
So they just came out on a whim.
Yeah, I mean, I love Mike Allstott. Mike Allstott to this day is
yeah.
my favorite player of all time. A train to the
Hey,
Hall of Fame.
Let's raise
Yeah.
a toast.
Let's make that happen.
Let's raise a toast
Yeah, I love
on
that.
the air to Mike Allstott.
Greatest highlight video of all time, I believe.
Always.
I mean, outside of Dale Murphy, probably the greatest living American.
Oh, man.
Okay, is that fair?
He's so awesome.
Yeah, it's
right.
how could you not?
Outside
you know?
of Dale Murphy and Rafael Palmeiro,
Maybe like
I mean that's
Daly's.
Mike
pretty
Allstott.
good, Yeah.
all right. I got. I'm gonna have to get.
Yeah, I want to.
I got to get a Tampa Bay Bucks pullover.
I wouldn't do that. Well, I do some fire starters.
Easy. Oh yeah, I've got Jack Bourgeois with Key City Beer as a Tampa Bay Bucks fan, and Wilkes, my son, and then Jackson is a hydrocarbon chemist and also a Saints fan. This is fantastic.
It's the first time he's been able to give it back to me since I've been coming on the
Look,
show. So I was expecting it today.
You know.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Well,
They haven't
warned
beat
you.
us in quite a while.
Don't worry,
No.
the Saints are boring.
They are. But
I mean, I had a great time at the game. I went Sunday.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, that was a good game. I mean,
Yeah, at the end.
At the end, yeah. The last
Yeah.
few minutes. But
The first
Thanks
half
for that.
was a
We needed that win.
snoozer, but I just sipped on a beer.
Yeah, y'all
and
did.
I'd have sipped on your beer if it was there, but
maybe one day.
exactly. But I sipped on a beer and enjoyed myself. And when you go to a game, Bourgeois, y'all know this as sports fans, and you're a big sports fan, which is awesome. When you go to a game and you don't have a dog in the hunt every now and then, it's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Because you can just get a beverage and get some nachos and chill out.
Yeah, the stress level, the anxiety, all of that is erased. You're just going there for the love of the game.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I had no thoughts on the game, no butterflies.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing.
Being from California, that was me most games. I was going to
Right.
Niners games and Raiders games, and
Yeah.
you wouldn't dare wear another jersey in either of those stadiums. So you're just going incognito, as just a generic fan and not getting too loud for anything.
So you've been to Raiders games?
Oh yeah.
How big of a dump is the place where they play?
Oh, Oakland Coliseum?
Yeah.
Oh, it was bad.
Yeah.
It was bad. Yeah, it was awful. Awful. I will say it, leave it at that, because I don't want to be my own family will disown me right now.
That's okay.
I do have some Raiders fans.
No, we want you to turn the knife in the rib cage. Yeah. So hold on.
It's a sensitive subject, because I feel bad for Oakland, because they've lost 2 teams.
Yeah,
so I
no
don't
doubt.
You know, I used to work that way.
Man,
that's someone the Oakland Raiders fans, like the Marshawn Lynch type diehard Raiders fans. They are some of the best,
dude.
Yeah, they're the best,
dude.
They're also the most violent, but they are the best. I mean, they really are.
Because we're the territory. You're in Oakland.
When I was growing up, I'm older than y'all. I loved Tim Brown and Marcus Allen.
We caught Tim. We got a little bit of Tim Brown.
Okay,
Tim Brown. I think he came to a couple of our Pop Warner practices. Yeah,
Did he?
Yeah, I was a Morgan Hill Raider, so we used to get all the Raiders would come.
Oh, that's awesome.
Bill Romanowski came out.
Dang.
Yeah, we had quite a few.
Bill, I'm not Romanowski.
Oh yeah,
that's partying.
Bill, I will break every bone in your body.
That guy.
Romanowski. Yeah,
dude, that guy's elevator did not make it all the way to the top. But he is a hell of a foot. Like you said, he would decleat you with the Broncos or the Raiders.
I'll never forgive him for what he tried to do to Jerry Rice. That he tried to break his arm. Remember that one?
Yeah. See, now when I was growing up here, Jerry Rice was a god.
Everything.
Oh yeah.
There were 2 guys.
Still is.
Walter Payton and Jerry Rice. I'm an early 80s kid. Gods. People were like, I mean, it was on. I mean, one's with the Bears, one's with the 49ers.
If you compiled all of my, book reports or like reports growing up, I mean, probably half of them were either on Jerry Rice or Walter Payton. Yeah. 2 of my favorites of all time.
It's remarkable. I know Walter was several years older, but just sweetness. What a great nickname.
Yeah, whoever hit him with that, beautiful.
Sweetness.
And no one's ever been able to live up to that nickname. No one's ever been able to take it. No, there's never been another sweetness in any other sport ever since. Because you couldn't live up to the.
He was one of the first. We're visiting with Jack Bourgeois, Key City Beer out of Vicksburg. Pick it up. You'll love it. Mississippi Queen, Mi Vida, Curse, Death on 2 Legs. Just try them, see what you like. You'll hit on one, at least one, if not a couple of them. And he's visiting us in studio. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to you. We're having fun, kind of a festive show on a Show Me the Money Friday, going into Ole Miss played in the college football playoffs and several other games. Tonight, Bama at Oklahoma. I can't wait. It's going to be fun. And then we got 3 tomorrow, along with 2 NFL games on Saturday. Jack Bourgeois, Key City Beer. They also have a bar and restaurant, super cool bar and restaurant in Vicksburg. When you're there, check it out. So it's funny. With Jerry Rice, like they played in the SWAC. All right. Yeah. So Jackson State was a power for a long time. And then of course, Jerry Rice made Mississippi Valley State, relevant. And it's funny. Alcorn was good during that time.
That's right.
And they had an epic battle at Veterans Memorial Stadium when I was a kid. I don't remember what year, but I'm just going to go 1984. And it was sold out. They had to bring in extra seating. I want you to think about that. Because back then, 64,000 people to get 64,000 people somewhere in this state was unbelievable. We obviously have a bigger population. While it may not be huge, it's a lot bigger today. But that's so cool that you went to Raiders games and 49ers games. I had a question about the Raiders. All right, so you went to the Raiders Coliseum. You got to see them. What years were you going to games roughly?
Oh, probably. All right, so like probably 1994 up until when they closed the stadium down.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I left California 8 years ago. So.
Okay. Yeah. I don't remember when Jerry joined the Raiders. Did you ever see him play for the Raiders?
Yeah.
Because that was at the very end of his career, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he still had a stint with what? Denver,
I didn't know.
Seattle.
Yeah.
See, I forgot
he had a couple
about
more seasons. Yeah.
Okay.
There's throwaway seasons. stat collecting. But I'm pretty sure. I mean, I went to games every year, so I assume so.
You'd at least.
But I remember anytime as a child, I remember Jerry Rice in a Niners uniform.
Oh, God.
Absolutely. I'll never
Yeah.
not. You know,
Joe
the
Montana,
old school '90s
boom,
Niners uniforms.
Yeah.
That's what I think of Jerry Rice.
no doubt.
Yeah, for sure.
Because you think about Montana and Steve Young throwing to him, and you think about Walsh and Seifert.
Yep.
Yeah, and John Taylor was lined up on the other side. Dwight Clark was the tight end during some of the time.
Jeez.
And dude,
Powerhouse.
Ronnie Lott at safety. Holy, talking about playing downhill.
Yeah.
Just an absolute one of my favorite players
All
in
time.
the 80s. Yeah,
All
I
time.
loved him.
Yeah.
And he wore a weird number, 42, to play safety, right? Usually you're 30s and below, 20s and below, type deal. But
Yeah, that guy also reminds me of someone who would drink a beer and then eat the can.
who?
Lot.
Oh,
so
well, I
Romanowski.
tell you, it reminds me of that is Bill Romanowski.
Yeah, I was Romanowski for sure. That
I think they're probably cut from the same cloth.
no doubt.
No
Yeah,
question.
Yeah, as far as
No doubt.
I don't know about character, but as far
Fact.
as football player,
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're definitely cut from the same cloth.
I met Jerry Rice. Well, I met him as a kid, but I met him as an adult. He stayed in. He's from Crawford, Mississippi, which is outside Starkville, and he was there. Maybe one of his parents were sick or something, so he stayed for like a month or so at the boutique hotel downtown on Main Street in Starkville, and he would go to the guest room all the time. And this was when Mississippi State was actually good in football. And I don't remember the years, but I don't know if it was Dan and Dak's number 1 year, 2014, but whatever. And he would just be hanging out. Just a good dude.
Yeah.
I mean, I know I've heard the stories of how intense.
Oh yeah.
He's like Will Clark intense,
Yeah.
but we called him at a time when he was just a dude.
A lot of those guys are, but I will say, like, working and being some nobody in the NFL industry and getting to mingle with all these people, they're some of the most humble, most down to earth people for being, multi-millionaires and
Sure.
having an athletic god complex. They're like the most down to earth people.
Yeah,
So I've definitely noticed that while working in the industry. It was one of my favorite parts. Is
absolutely.
everyone is, not only they're like insanely methodical with their thought process, and you could tell, especially from like the coaching, like you meet McVay, you could see that hamster wheel is spinning at like 1,000 miles an hour. Gruden was the same way.
No doubt.
A lot of these GMs, shout out to Jason Light, our Bucks GM. I mean, could remember your name 2 years later, pick you
Really?
out of a crowd, kind of thing. Like all of them, it's what they do. The insanely intelligent.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, I was going to ask you something else. Jack Bourgeois, Key City Beer on the Out of Bounds show.
Fantasy?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. All right. So your fantasy football team still alive?
Yeah. Got
Are y'all playing for?
got
Do you have a
$1,000
prize?
on the line. Yeah.
Nice.
We do a $2,500 total pot, $100 per week for the highest score.
Nice.
$1,000. We're on our year 24 of this league.
Really?
Yeah. So I've got 4 adopted brothers, 1 real brother. My nephew's in this league, and then the rest are like really close friends. And we've been doing this since I was 13.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah. So 23, 24 years. Yeah,
Okay.
something like that.
Where are you ranked?
Right now, well, we're down to the last final 4 teams.
Yep.
I've been sucking wind all season and barely scraped into the playoffs, and I have a chance. So,
You're not
Chaz, you're going down this week.
You're not playing Puka Nakua this week.
No, I'm not. No.
Thank-
Luckily, my nephew Rowdy, he got booted from the playoffs last week because I was a little nervous about him. Trust me, I was not trying to play him.
No.
Oh man.
But
Boy.
looking good. I'm playing the top seeded team or the best team in the league, and I think I got chance. I got a chance.
Who is it?
My brother Chaz. He's got Kyron Williams. He's got James. He's got.
Oh no.
Yeah, he's got. Oh, man, I'm trying to think of who.
Slew
I'd have to
of
pull it up,
Lions.
but yeah, no, he's got like 3 top 5 running backs. He just lost. That's what it was. He lost Rashid Rice, potentially, and lost Patrick Mahomes. So I think I've got a chance.
Yeah.
He's limping into the playoffs this week. So
Mahomes tore his
two
ACL?
coin flips. Yeah, tore his RCL, and I think he had surgery yesterday.
Yeah. Back.
Did you see what RG3 said? that he would recommend Michael Parsons and Patrick Mahomes not play in 2026?
Yeah, I've
I
seen
don't
Gerald
blame-
McCoy say that same thing.
I don't blame
Did he?
him.
I think that's a little hyperbolic based on just their own
Fair enough.
injuries.
Fair enough.
Do you really think you're going to keep either of those
No,
competitors
they'll
off
be
the
playing.
field?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Do you think the amount of money that they make that
No.
those franchises are going to let him not play?
They will
No
be
way.
playing in September.
Oh, yeah.
But from a medical standpoint, I'm sure he's right.
Is he? This day and age?
How would he not?
And people-
Even this day and age, they rush him back. They rush him back way too quick.
well, they're
Durant-
professional athletes that are
I get
paid.
it. Yeah. Durant had a big piece come out yesterday about how whenever he tore his Achilles, about how he would have refused to have played had he known the info he knows today. Whenever they told him.
Achilles and ACL.
It's a different-
totally
Dude,
different.
those
So-
are night
I
and
know.
day
Yeah.
injuries.
Still, that's a.
And I mean,
I-
an Achilles
dude.
used to be the end of your career, and now a 40-something-year-old Aaron Rodgers
Hey.
is still playing decent.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, keeping
Decent. He's playing some good
He's
football,
playing
man.
yeah.
Man, playing no good football.
I'll say he's the only NFL player I met that I really didn't care for.
Well,
Really?
I
See,
get
I-
that
I've
he's
heard-
not
heard the
not
opposite.
awesome.
I always heard he's all right.
No, I don't think he is.
We were on a golf
No,
course.
he's Lane
We were-
Kiffin. Here's who Aaron
Yeah,
Rodgers
he
is.
kind of
pretty
is.
good.
The
Aaron
arrogant,
Rodgers
like-
and Lane Kiffin
That's pretty
are
good, yeah.
very talented and the same guy. Aloof, don't give a damn about anybody, all about them, even more narcissistic than like high level narcissistic. They're the same dude.
Yeah, somebody
Bourgeois.
gotta
to
set
be
the
fair,
bar.
we were holding up the golf course, and he was kind of rude about it. But I mean, again,
Oh, well.
I am a trash golfer, so I shouldn't have been out there to begin with.
Yeah, but you
So-
can.
But you can be.
But you're a deer hunting aficionado.
Oh yeah, you can either do. I say that you can either do one or the other, and I'm half decent hunter, so
Hunting insider
at best.
Jack Bourgeois on the Out of Bounds show. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay. We got a minute and a half, 2 minutes. Have you done all your Christmas shopping?
Man, I'm terrible at this. Yeah, I think I bought everything on Amazon last night. I'm not gonna lie. I got it in. Hopefully, Amazon shipping isn't late like it is every year. I'm not
wow.
behind schedule,
We-
but
we have
fingers crossed.
We got a fulfillment center now. We're good.
All right. Yeah, we got 8 of them,
Yeah.
which I'm great with.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, if it pumps money in the economy, I'm great.
on.
All right, 1 minute left.
Key City Brunch. That's the one thing I always forget to bring up.
Okay.
One of the best brunch menus I've ever had. We've got Spanish omelets and the best deviled eggs. They got little chicharron or fried pork grinds on them.
Nice.
If you have not made it out to Key City's Brunch, please do. It is. I think it's my favorite menu that we do.
Is it just Sunday or Saturday?
Just Sunday.
Just
from
like
11 to 3.
11 to 3.
Yep.
Key City Brunch in Vicksburg, 11 to 3 on Sundays.
Spanish omelet, rye pancakes,
Ooh.
fresh biscuits.
Will you comp Jackson
they
a
do
brunch?
Let's do it.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Bet.
Beers
Good to
on
see
me.
you, man.
Thank you guys
Merry
for having
Christmas
me.
to
Appreciate
you
it.
and your
Merry
family.
Christmas. And I promise you guys some deer sausage on the next trip.
Hey, here's to Key City Beer. Go check out their brunch at Key City Restaurant and Bar, Eatery and Brewery, Washington Street in Vicksburg. Don't forget lunch today or dinner, but you're going to need reservations. Taste Italian Kitchen. They have Key City Beer. Taste in the Renaissance. Fabulous, fabulous place. TasteItalianKitchen.com. Grab you some Key City beer for the weekend for college football playoffs and NFL. Ole Miss tomorrow. We'll see you tomorrow. We'll see you Monday.